keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Here we go. Set. 60 outlaw. Hey, watch the ball. Watch the ball. Check 5.
On first down, it's Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Let it.
59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Hey, pick your game up.
Snap.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to go for it all. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready, break.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. 2nd and 13. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Go.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Ready. Hey, high 7.
Good track. Mike's by 4. Mike's by 4. Hey, let's get that ball.
On first down, McDonald nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And they went empty backfield, and because of that, nobody was there to pick up the blitz.
And you know that offenses, when they go with the empty backfield, they have different things designed on every play to try to account for things. But what people often forget, defense is audible as well. And a lot of times when they see an empty backfield, they audible right into a blitzing situation.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Good yardage there on the scramble, and all of a sudden they're left with a 3rd and 2. Much more manageable. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. On 4th down, McDonald. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. This is Jones. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check, 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 check. Check 99, check 99. Check.
They'll go again to Jones. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. He's got the first down here inside the 30. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
So far this season, this is an offense that's proved its ability to move the football. I mean, they're in the top 5 in the NFL in picking up first downs, and they get the conversion here. And I think a lot of that is due to how they win on 1st and 2nd down, because that leaves them 3rd and short, 3rd and manageable. A lot easier to pick them up then, isn't it?
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On 2nd down, it's Grant. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Definitely too early to panic, but that is his 4th carry of the game, and collectively has in total 10 yards. So maybe there's no panic, but maybe some concern.
Yeah, and maybe a little concern up front because they're not giving him any space right now.
He's coming, double up.
On 3rd down, Jones. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. They'll run it with Jones. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. So the decision to go for it turns out to be a good one. They get a couple of yards, and as a result, the drive keeps moving. It's now 1st and goal.
90, Wolf.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. They go back to Grant. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Leo.
Show it.
You draw quarters.
Here's Jones.
It's right.
And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. It's a 6-yard carry. It does put him just a few yards short of the goal line, but 4th down coming up. One receiver to the left is Evans. They converted once earlier on this opening drive, but now comes a big test. 4th and goal. They'll look to throw here. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this 49er defense stands tall down near the goal line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Watch that screen. Watch that.
Hey, Delta.
Safety screaming.
Under 10. Under 10. 10.
To throw on 2nd down. McDonald And they're going to sack him again. The 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety. Now, the 2 points, that's not totally critical at this point. Still a one-score game, but they do have to give away the football with no guarantees they're going to get it back.
Yeah, or at least if they get it back, will they have any time to do anything with it? So they've got to send their defense out there and say, guys, we got to have it right now. Save some time for us.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. They'll run it with Jones. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They'll go buy them dinner, but after a play like that, he might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse.
8 ounce. 8 ounce is good.
All right, just checking.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 7.
Box drop.
Check, 59. Here we go. Check 59, Mike.
Ready?
They're going to look to throw. He's got Evans. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker.
Let's go.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Here's Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Let's go now. 18 Gator.
Let's go one more. Check one.
Look at me. Door.
Kill. Hey, turn it up. Check the backer.
Get it.
Now a give, right side. Grant. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the 1st. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
Bravo.
Check, 59. I'm coming after you.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
Mike, 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54.
Hey, Haywood.
Now here's a timeout coming on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Here we go. Set. 10-2 soft.
And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball.
Shoot.
Here's Mostert. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A gain of 3, second down. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the fourth quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started. I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Here's Adams. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard.
Hey, check 24.
You're out.
Slam.
5.
They'll run with a big man. This is Adams. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Kyle Shanahan, an offensive mind, but his guys stopped up short. And as a result, possession switches hands. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going. And above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Jones, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming.
Ready.
Running right, Jones. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Ready. 18 Gators.
Back. Slam.
Deep rip.
A give to Jones. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this is off the left upright, and it caroms in. Not the most convincing kick you'll see, but he got it to go. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendencies? And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Ndamukong Suh in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Shaquille Barrett getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack are on their play sheet.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. To throw from his end zone. McDonald, he's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
So another big shot dodged there defensively. Now they're just one more incompletion away from salting away this victory. And I know this feeling. They're almost giddy, but they have to stay focused and locked in. They can make one big mistake and throw it all away.
On 4th down, McDonald. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. So this one fairly well in the bag as they take over with a 1st and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one. Well, partner, since this new 2-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett able to record his 5th sack of the season. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.